Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mongooli Show. Today, we're going to take a look at the arena, assuming you do have Mephisto and you do not have Odin. Now, I already made a video for what you can do if you don't have Mephisto or Odin. That one's still live. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check that out. It should still work for you depending on what you're running into. But ever since I got my Mephisto, all I'm seeing is other people with Mephistos. So let's jump in and I'll show you how you can defeat that. Now, if you are looking for how to defeat Odin, unfortunately, you pretty much need to have Odin. I'll make that video when I unlock him. But for right now, let's jump into Mephisto versus Mephisto. All right, so this is what my arena team looks like, and honestly, this is pretty much what you're going to find in arena right now, at least at where I'm playing. This is what I'm running into pretty constantly. You can switch Ultimus out for Gore. Personally, I prefer Ultimus, but you are going to find a lot of people who are also running Gore. If you're running something like Black Knight or Old Man Logan, I strongly suggest you change that right now, as those are incredibly easy to defeat once you've got a Mephisto. But honestly, your defenses kind of don't matter once you've got Mephisto. He's pretty much a gate check. Almost anything is beatable. I just find personally Old Man Logan is easier to defeat than a fuller Annihilation team. You do want to put your Apocalypse on defense. He's incredibly strong as well, but realistically it's going to look like some version of this. Whether you use Ultimus or Gore is kind of up to you, but I really strongly would recommend using these 5 of these 6 characters. Again, unless you got Odin, that's a different video. Congratulations, move on with your life. Also, if you're noticing that I'm ranked 28, I'm usually in like the top 10 range, but I purposely didn't make any arena attacks for a couple of days so that I could show you this, because most of my arena is now Odin at the top 10, and I can't really do anything about that. So I tried to fall a little bit so I can show you how to beat these teams. All right, now for the team that I'm running Ultimus, Thanos Endgame, Apocalypse, Mephisto, and Gladiator. Now, Gladiator you want off on the side because he's going to be the taunter. You don't want to get splash damage onto the other characters. I've got Mephisto right beside him because, quite frankly, he's more of a gear check. As long as you've got him, you should be fine. But after that, he's really not the big threat. Your 2 biggest threats are going to be Thanos and Apocalypse. Those are going to be the ones you're going to need necessarily kill as quickly as possible, but you need to deal with Gladiator first. So let's put him off to the side so he's not splashing damage onto the other characters. As for Ultimus, I've heard some people say they'd rather have Gore. I get it. But for me, I find Ultimus more effective. I've got him at 3 diamonds as opposed to my Gore is only at 5 red stars at the moment. So he's a bit bigger, he's a bit beefier, and he does do a good job of just absolutely destroying the Gladiator on the other side. All right, so for Ultimus, we've got Raider. For Thanos, we've got Skirmisher, my bad. And then we've got Striker on Apocalypse and Mephisto, and then Fortifier on Gladiator. Now, Gladiator is literally just there to stay alive, so the Fortifier is great on him. Try and keep him as alive as long as humanly possible. Apocalypse, you want to be getting in as much damage with as you possibly can, and it's really, really important which one of the 3 scrolls you choose for Mephisto, but then after that, honestly, he's not really that big of a factor in this fight. Let's jump into the first fight and see how we do. Hey guys, Future Dan here. Just really quickly, I do want to mention, you'll notice in these fights, I do switch the positions of Thanos and Mephisto a couple of times. I actually do prefer Thanos directly beside Gladiator. It turns out the little bit of pushes he gets from the splash damage actually really does help him be a little bit more effective. I find the fights just go a little bit smoother. There's not really a wrong answer there. Both of them do work. I just found that the Thanos does seem to be a little more efficient. Let's jump back into the video. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go with your basic into Gladiator. That's super important. That shapes the rest of the fight. We do have Thanos right behind him, so we will possibly get some splash damage onto the Thanos, which is kind of nice. Let's go with we're going to go back with the special on this one. It does seem to keep him in the below 50 mark, which is great for us. He's almost dead just from that hit, actually, which is pretty fantastic. We do get to go with our Ultimus, and you can see there is a taunt on Thanos there. Again, we don't want to do that. We just want to get rid of their Gladiator. If we do this taunt into Thanos, it will end very poorly for us, as he will retaliate. Whereas if we do the ultimate here, he will not be able to retaliate because it is a life steal. It is not damage. So that's actually going to be perfect for us. And then if with the next attack we can stun him, that would be exactly what we're looking for. And then from there, this fight should be relatively decent for us. Getting rid of the Gladiator early on is very helpful, very helpful for getting a success on this one. If we can kill the Thanos, especially before he comes out of that stun, we'll be in great shape. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but it would feel pretty amazing if it did. So we're going to go with the basic here to make sure that it actually hits him. The special will hit a different character. And then he does still have a couple of death proofs here, but we do have the vulnerable on him, so attacking with a striker is going to be one of our better options here. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. From here, we're just going to go all in on Apocalypse, and then after that, we can basically just hit auto for Mephisto and Gore. Those are not the threats we want to see in this one. This is a pretty clean fight, and I'm pretty happy with it. So let's just make sure we can take this Thanos out nice and easily, and we will be good to go. Might speed this up a little bit because there's not a whole lot to see here. We're really just going to hammer we're almost almost autoing at this point for the rest of the fight. Not a whole lot of thought process now that Thanos is done. It's literally just throw your biggest stuff at them. Even if we do end up losing Gladiator here, that's really not that bad for us. We'll still be in great shape. I might take out Gore just for the sake of getting rid of him. I say and then don't. I just don't consider him a threat. Like, yeah, it's nice to get rid of the characters and only be fighting like a 5-on-1. That always feels good. But realistically, Apocalypse is the only one here that can really mess with our day. So we just want to get rid of him as fast as we can. It's going to be a bit of a longer fight. Like, this fight is not a fast fight no matter what you do, unless you're like severely punching down. But just because it's long doesn't mean it's close. This is still absolutely a bloodbath for us, so we're doing pretty well. Just the Mephisto left. We're not worried about that whatsoever. It doesn't look like we're going to lose a single character on this round, which is exactly what we want to see. Just get the few finishing touches in here and we'll call it a day. All right, so we're going to try pretty much the same fight again. This is roughly the same power level. Again, basic into Gladiator, that's not going to change. But this time, we're going to try going after Gore first instead of Thanos to see if that changes it up a little bit. Even just getting the stun lock on him might actually be pretty beneficial for us. We're just going to do the basic here as well. Again, just saving the special for a later time, because really, he's not the character we're concerned with after he gets to a certain point. So we do the ultimate on Thanos because that still feels just like the right call. Okay, so the Gore is going to go before we have a chance to stun block him or do anything with him. So that's a little unfortunate, but so be it. We are still stuck here between these two. And as much as I do want to kill Thanos, I think, unfortunately, the right call is still to get rid of the Gladiator, because the Thanos isn't going to... Well, once our ultimate goes, he's going to take care of the Gladiator. So maybe we do still try into the Thanos. I know it's not going to kill him, but at least it gave him the stun, which is actually pretty great for us. But I'm also aware that he's going to become unstunned before we get a chance to kill him, so it's kind of for naught. Now, that's actually really interesting. If we can hit him with this, that could get rid of his death proofs and actually leave us in a great position. So there we actually got rid of their Thanos before we got rid of their Gladiator. I wouldn't say that that's a great strategy that you should try for. I mean, obviously it's the right call, but I feel like that was a lot of really good RNG on our case, more so than it was something that we planned for and something that we can, reenact on a reliable basis. But the fact that that did work out for us feels pretty freaking good. Puts us in a great position for the rest of this fight. I said we were going to go after Gore first, and then we still went after Thanos first, and it did actually work out really well for us, so there's that. The ultimate here should be good. If we can get rid of... It'd be hilarious if we can also get rid of their Apocalypse before their Gladiator. Get rid of their two biggest threats. I won't be sad about it. Looks like both of them are going to fall pretty much the same time, which I'm okay with. Yeah, so the two biggest threats are gone. Now we're just kind of doing cleanup. It's weird that Gladiator's still here, but so be it. It's fine. At this point, again, we could basically just almost hit auto and be in good shape. But this feels, honestly, this match feels more like an outlier than like a how-to. So we'll see if this one even makes it into the final video. See if we can recreate this. That would be incredible. And then when it's 4-on-1 and it's Mephisto, we can just auto that. There's no point even thinking about what we're doing. You're just going to smash him as hard as you can. As I said, Mephisto is not the scary part of this fight. He's just a gear check. Do you have him? Great. Do you not? Don't bother. All right, just for the sake of variance, we're going to go into this room over here. Obviously, you want to try and jump as high as you can during these things, but this guy brought in an Old Man Logan, and as I said, I don't like Old Man Logan on defense, and I'm about to show you why. You do, however, need to respect him. You do want to get rid of him quickly before he starts getting his revive, because if he gets his revive and his claws out, you're going to have a bad day. But if you can take him out nice and quickly, it's just one less threat. You can see they don't have their Apocalypse here, so that actually could work out incredibly well for us. Their Old Man Logan is 7 red stars, so he's pretty big. He's probably got 3 of the purple ISO. He's probably as big as they could get him. Regardless, we're probably going to take him out pretty quickly, and then the rest of the team will fall that much faster because Apocalypse is a huge threat, and I'm not sure Old Man Logan is. Now, it is worth mentioning, my chat is saying, if you do run into this fight, you could switch Ultimus for Gore, and what that's going to do is if you wait and use your ultimate after Old Man Logan does his special, you'll steal the revive away from him, making him far, far less of a threat, and then you can still beat the crap out of him. I personally really do like Ultimus in this matchup, and we'll check it out and see if this works, but because I'm recording this live, I'm probably going to fail on it, so we'll see. But let's jump in and check it out. All right, so as for always, we're doing the basic onto Gladiator, getting him down. All right, he goes back up. We're going to hit him again. And then perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Old Man Logan has the taunt there. If we can get our Ultimus, we're going to go into the Old Man. We're going to go into the Old Man Logan, do our ultimate here, and this should do a pretty bang up job on him. Yeah, there it is. One shot at Old Man Logan. Now we don't have him to worry about. I don't think we're going to waste our ultimate here, so we're just going to go with the special. It'll still do some decent damage. Won't kill him, but that's fine. And then this should get him pretty weakened, and pretty soon we'll be able to go back into Thanos and work on him pretty nicely. Yeah, we'll go with the ultimate here. Ooh. Okay, Thanos is gone. Sorry, Gladiator is gone. Now we can focus on Thanos. We did save our ultimate, which is great for us. So we can do the ultimate and the Falcon Punch into Thanos, which is going to feel wonderful for us and bad for them. And then we're just going to apply as much pressure to him as we possibly can. We're not going to be able to stun him because I lied. Yeah, we're not going to be able to stun him. But it doesn't really matter because I think he's going to fall down relatively quickly. And without a Thanos and without an APOC, the rest of the team just falls apart instantly, which is why I say I really, really don't like Old Man Logan on defense. If you've got Old Man Logan on defense, get him out of there. It's not doing you any favors. It's not working the way you want it to. Because Ultimus messes him up, and Gore, if you're going to use him, you can get rid of the revive, you can stop the assists. Like, Old Man Logan is not bringing anything to the table once you're playing at this level. Stop doing it. It's bad. We're just going to hit auto for the rest of this because we know how the rest of this fight plays out. All right, and that's how I've been dealing with Mephisto in the arena. Now, there's not a whole lot of variations to these fights. I haven't seen like a Black Knight or anything else in quite some time. Old Man Logan's the only one that I really see, other than, of course, Odin, which, again, if you don't have Odin, you're probably not beating somebody with Odin, so I wouldn't even try. There's probably somebody who's going to be like, I beat an Odin once, congratulations. But for the most part, leave the Odins alone, just stick in your lane, fight the other Mephistos. If this video helped you out, please consider hitting the like button. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Leave a comment down below telling me if this works or if it doesn't, or if you prefer Gore. All great things, and it helps with the engagement of the channel. If you want, we recorded this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show. Head over there and hit the follow button so you know when we go live and you can hang out with us over there. Or if you prefer YouTube, hit the subscribe button here so you can see when these videos go live. Until next time, I hope you're safe, I hope you're well, and good luck to you.